Andre Kasperger here. I just wanted to put out a couple of videos on the process that I've gone through to evaluate products and capture the necessary information to be able to calculate the profitability. And this is a two-part series. In the first part, or the first video, I go through the sheet that captures some of the pertinent information that you need to have and ask the manufacturers for so that you can make some pretty good decisions. And the second video is going to be about the actual profitability itself. Okay, now let me briefly go through and let you know what I have on the sheet. In this column, I have the actual out-of-pocket costs. In this column, okay, what the product is and just the basic description of it. And here I go into a little bit more detail that makes me more aware of what I have, and it helps me to remember in the future. I included also what type of materials it's made out of. In this case, and this set is made out of the 204 type stainless steel, which is a good grade. It's not the highest grade, and has silicone handles, which is very important, and it's something that we want to market here. Okay, then I have the company information, and don't be surprised at the strange names of companies, but that's what they use. And they use very colorful names out there in China, and the type of company it is. All the contact information I can use, the name, the email, what's up, address even, contact info more, the phone number, the Skype number. Okay, now let's go through the product and cost as the product is delivered to FOB. And FOB means freight on board. As the product is delivered, ship board. It's more of a nautical term, okay? So the price I got from the manufacturer is that for this measuring cups and spoon set for $250, they were going to charge me $5.71. And here just made myself note that this is very similar to what's already on Amazon. And here's the ASIN number, and the ASIN stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number. And here's the number. And these are some of the things I look for, or we look for. And it's not only, not all of these may not apply to all of the products, but they will to a number of them. Example, the plies. If you buy bowls or whatever, you want to know what the thickness is. If you anything plastic or whatever, what type of plastic is being used? Is it food safe? Is it food grade, as an example? Does it have FDA approval? Now the next thing is, how is the product being packaged, or the actual product as the customer would receive that? How is the supplier packaging those? And having a picture is a great example. Number two, how are those packages then being packaged into a shipping box so that they can ship it? And then what are the boxes dimensions and what's the weight? And that's very important, because if you're going to reship it, like example in our case, we're going to receive it to our home base here and then inspect them and forward them to Amazon. So we have to know what the weight and dimensions is. And coming from China, it's all going to be in centimeters and kilograms. Anyhow, then we need to know how many boxes and the total weight of all the boxes. So you can really estimate your cost. And that's what we do a little bit further on. And then eventually, one of the things we want to do is to drop ship, because I think it would reduce the cost immensely. Okay, so here are some of the shipping methods. To receive a sample, for instance, we would use express, like DHL, FedEx, or UPS, shipped from their end. It's quite a bit less expensive if they do it on their account. In this case, it cost us $63 to get a couple samples shipped to us. Now, UPS, when they're ready to ship the product to you in bulk, you have choices. You can use something like UPS, you can use air freight, or you can use sea freight. And if you want the products as soon as possible, you would go like something like UPS, and here's the cost I got from them, and that's from their side, and they would bill us for that, and it's door to door. Then some people may use FedEx, the same here, and I didn't get a cost for this. The next one is air freight, and air freight is interesting. It's basically like ship. In other words, it goes from airport to airport, and in our case, it would go to Miami, but somebody has to pick it up in Miami, like a courier or whatever. Now, it only costs $390 versus $540, but okay, what are you going to do with it once it's at the Miami airport, okay? Anyhow, so one of the things we want to do is also look for possibly drop shipping it. Going a little bit further, just to have a glimpse as to what we have, I had calculated the FBA cost, or the Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon cost. That's where Amazon is responsible for all the logistics. You ship it to them, they take care of the billing, the shipping, the service, and everything. And in this case, it was $404. And here is the site that you need to go through to get the cost estimate from FBA. And it's quite a bit more than you may think. And that's something that we're going to go through in the next video. So for this one, I am over and outing.